Today we are learning about parallel lines. Our goal is that we can write equations for parallel lines when given the equation of one line and a point on another. All right, so to review, we're going to solve the equation, or simplify the equation. We have x plus 2x plus 7. And it's equal to 3x minus 7. So, x plus 2x gives us 3x plus 7, and that's equal to 3x minus 7. So, if I subtract 3x from both sides, I'm left with 0. Well, we don't need to write that 0, though, so we'll take that out. So I'm left with 7 on one side and negative 7 on the other side. From our previous work, we know that this is no solutions. All right, moving on. Okay, so solving this equation, we have 4x plus 1 equal to 2 times 2x plus 3. 2 times 2x gives us 4x, and 2 times 3 gives us 6. So we have 4x plus 1 equals to 4x plus 6. Again, we know from our previous work, this is also no solutions. All right, so if you're looking at this like I was earlier, you're thinking, well, how is this relevant? It is, trust me. Moving on. What if we set up each expression as a linear equation and graph them? So let's look first just at this. And I'm going to go ahead and save you the time, and you can pause it and graph it. I'm going to pause it and graph it. I decided pausing it and graphing it probably wasn't so necessary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the first line gives me a y-intercept of 7, and my slope is 3 over 1. So my rise over run, 1, 2, rise, okay, so we rise 3, run 1. So working backwards from that, I go 1 over 1, down 3. And the same thing over 1, up 3. So you can see my line there, and I'll get out my line tool in a minute, and that might be where I pause it. And then in another color, let's do the same thing. I have a negative 7 for my y-intercept. Here we go, and my line, you can see, is going to be here. So you can see where my line is. I will pause it and go ahead and connect these so you guys don't have to listen. Okay, so here we have my first set of lines, graph side by side. There we go. And we'll go ahead to our next set of lines, and we're going to do the same thing. So we have a slope of 4x and a y-intercept of 1 on the first line and a y-intercept of 6 on the second line. And I will pause on this one and go ahead and graph, and you can do the same. Okay, so I hope you weren't watching the timestamp on that one because that one took me forever. I normally am better with my line tools than that. But anyway, so as you see, we have 2 lines and we've graphed them. So what do you notice about our lines? How would you describe them? Well, if you were paying any attention, well, no, we'll address this on the next slide. So let's move on. Hopefully you've got these graphed in your notes. If you didn't, I would suggest taking a little bit of time to go back and graph them yourselves for some of your own purpose and your own benefit. All right, so when 2 equations have the same, can you fill in there? Hopefully you're seeing that if they have the same slope, the lines are parallel. All right, so write equations that are parallel to the following lines. So really all you have to do, your equations can be anything. All you have to do is have a same slope, and you can have any y-intercept that you choose. So I would like you all to write your equations, and we can share at a later time. Notice any of these could be plus or minus. A minus would give you, I hope you realize, a slope that or a y-intercept that is negative. All right, moving on. So we're writing equations. We are going to write an equation of a line that is parallel to y equals 2x plus 3. And it's going to pass the point 6, 2. All right, if you notice, this is going to set us up to meet our goal of our lesson. So, first thing to take note of, what is the slope of our new line? Well, if you've been paying attention to the past slides, then you know that the slope is going to remain the same. So our slope should still be 2. So we're going to substitute next our slope, our x-coordinate, and the y-coordinate into the equation y equals mx plus b to solve for our new b. So we will substitute the point 2 in place of the y, 2 in place of the x, 6 in place of, 2 in place of the m, 6 in place of the x, and b will remain b. 2 times 6 is 12, and that is going to leave us with 2 equals 12 plus b. We subtract our 12 from both sides, leaving us with negative 10 equals b. So now we have a new equation of y equals 2x plus negative 10, or to simplify it even further, 2x minus 10. All right, on your own. And of course, you will pause this. We have y equals, well, we don't need to put the y equals, we're going to substitute what we know. Hopefully you guys have already done this, and you're not doing it with me. You're coming back to check your work. 6 equals 1/2 of 4 plus b. Half of 4 is 2. We subtract our 2 from both sides, leaving us with 4 equals b. So our equation for our new line should be 1/2 x plus 4. So that should be it. All right, as always, make sure you've written down your questions that may not have been answered. Hopefully you've taken time, if you had questions, to go back and re-watch in the video. And if you have got questions, bring them to class tomorrow or next time we meet, and we will discuss them then. Happy mathing!